The question that changes everything. You sit in class understanding the material. You know you're smart enough. But somehow, you just don't succeed. Maybe you grasp concepts when the teacher explains them, but never study at home. Maybe, "I'll do it later," becomes your daily mantra until it's too late. Maybe you've convinced yourself you're just not a school person, even though something inside says you're capable of more. Here's the truth. The gap between failing students and straight-A students isn't intelligence. It's not even hard work. It's one question. This is the story of Jason, a college junior failing every class until his professor asked him something that changed everything. 2 years later, he graduated with a 3.9 GPA and a full scholarship to graduate school. If you've ever felt like you're wasting your potential, this question might save your academic life. The smart kid who was failing. At a mid-sized state university, Jason Park was drowning. He wasn't stupid. When he paid attention in class, he understood concepts faster than most students. His high school teachers called him gifted. His SAT scores placed him in the top 10%. But by junior year, Jason was failing. Not struggling, failing. Every semester followed the same pattern. Week 1, attend classes. Tell himself, this semester will be different. Weeks 2 to 3, skip morning classes. I'll catch up later. Weeks 4 to 8, stop attending altogether. I'll just study the textbook before exams. Weeks 9 to 12, panic. Cram the night before. Fail the exam. His GPA sat at 1.8. Academic probation. 2 warning letters from the university. Improve your grades or face suspension. His parents, immigrants who worked overtime shifts for years to afford his education, called weekly. Jason, how are your classes? Good ma. Everything's fine. He was lying. The weight of wasted potential. The truth that haunted Jason wasn't that he was failing. It was that he knew he could succeed if he just tried. But he couldn't make himself try. Every morning his alarm rang at 7 a.m. Every morning he hit snooze. Just today I'll skip. I'll catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. His roommate Mike studied every night and maintained a 3.5 GPA. Jason watched Mike at his desk and felt shame mixed with resentment. Must be nice to be naturally disciplined. Some people just have it. I don't. One November evening, his phone rang. Jason, we just received an email from the university. His mother's voice was tight. It says you're failing 3 classes. 3. Is this true? Jason's stomach dropped. I can fix it, Mom. I just need. You've been saying that for 2 years. Her voice cracked. Do you know how hard your father and I work? Do you know what we sacrifice? Silence. Maybe college isn't for you, she said quietly. Maybe you should come home, get a job. We can't keep paying for you to waste time. She hung up. Jason sat on his bed, phone still in his hand, chest tight with shame. For the first time, he faced the truth. He wasn't a victim of circumstances. He was choosing this. Every single day, he was choosing failure. The office visit. The next morning, Jason went to Professor Martinez's office hours. She taught engineering thermodynamics, the hardest class in the program. In her 50s, known for being demanding but fair. He knocked. Come in. Professor Martinez looked up from her laptop. Jason Park. I was wondering when you'd show up. I wanted to talk about my grade. You're failing, she said simply. You've attended 4 classes out of 23. You scored 23% on the midterm. She looked directly at him. So my question is, why are you here? I need to pass this class. If I fail, I'll be suspended. That's not what I asked. I asked why you're here at my office today. Why now? Jason felt the weight of her question. Because I can't fail anymore. My parents. Your parents. Professor Martinez leaned back. Jason, let me be direct. I've been teaching for 26 years. I've seen hundreds of students like you. Smart, capable, lazy, and you know what they all have in common. Jason said nothing. They come to my office in week 11, panicking, asking for extra credit. And they all have the same excuse. Their parents, their circumstances, their stress. But none of them have the real answer. What's the real answer? Professor Martinez stood up and wrote one sentence on her whiteboard in large letters. Who do you want to be? She turned to face him. Not, what do you want to achieve? Not, what grades do you need? B. Jason stared at the question. I don't understand. Jason, you know what I see? I see a young man who has built his entire identity around being the guy who doesn't try. You don't study because if you studied and still failed, you'd have to admit you're not as smart as you think. Not trying protects your ego. Jason's throat tightened. She was right. But is that who you want to be? The smart, lazy guy? The one with potential who never does anything with it? Or do you want to be someone different? Someone who shows up. Someone who tries. Someone who fails sometimes but never quits. She tapped the whiteboard. Go home. Think about that. And when you have a real answer, not what sounds good, but what's true, come back. Then we'll talk. The honest answer. That night, Jason sat at his desk with a blank piece of paper. Who do you want to be? He wrote answers and crossed them out. Someone successful. Too vague. A good son. Not his truth. An engineer. Just a job title. At 1 a.m., Jason wrote one sentence that felt true. I want to be someone who doesn't give up on himself. He realized, every time he hit snooze, he gave up on himself. Every class he skipped, he gave up on himself. The smart, lazy guy was just the result of 1,000 small moments of giving up. He wrote a second sentence. Starting tomorrow, I am someone who shows up. The morning after. The next morning, his alarm rang at 7 a.m. Every fiber of his being wanted to hit snooze. But he remembered his answer. He got up. He went to class. He sat in the front row. After class, he found Professor Martinez. I want to be someone who doesn't give up on himself, he said. Someone who shows up. She smiled. Good. Now the work begins. The rebuilding. Professor Martinez was honest. You might not pass this semester, but you'll build the foundation for the next one. Jason followed her plan. Attend every class. Sit in the front row. Ask questions when confused. Study for 1 hour daily, even when he didn't want to. Week 3, he understood 30% of lectures. But he showed up. Week 7, he understood 70%. Actually enjoyed learning. Week 10, he scored 78% on the final exam. When he got his final grade, AC, he didn't feel defeated. He felt proud. For the first time in years, he had shown up consistently. I didn't save you, Professor Martinez told him. You saved yourself. You answered the question, then lived that answer. The transformation. That C in thermodynamics was the turning point. Next semester, Jason applied the same principle. Who do I want to be? Someone who shows up. 7 a.m. alarm. No negotiation. Front row. No excuses. Study time. No shortcuts. His GPA rose, 3.4, then 3.7, then 3.8. By senior year, Jason was unrecognizable. He became a teaching assistant for the class he'd nearly failed. When he applied to graduate school, he wrote his essay about that one question. On graduation day, Jason walked across the stage with a 3.9 GPA in his final year and a full scholarship to a top-tier graduate program. His mother hugged him. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of me too, Mom. Before leaving campus, he visited Professor Martinez one last time. I'm going to become a professor, he said, and I'm going to ask struggling students the same question you asked me. She smiled. The question isn't magic, Jason. The magic is in answering it honestly and then living that answer every single day. Maybe you're like Jason was, smart enough to succeed, but somehow not succeeding. Maybe you're scrolling through your phone right now instead of studying. Let me ask you the question. Who do you want to be? Not what job you want. Not what grades you need. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who gives up on yourself? Or someone who shows up? Do you want to be someone who makes excuses? Or someone who takes responsibility? Discipline isn't a personality trait. It's a decision you make about who you want to be. The challenge. Tonight, take a piece of paper. Write, who do I want to be? Write your honest answer. Then write, tomorrow, I am someone who fill in that blank. And then tomorrow morning, be that person. Not forever. Just tomorrow. I can't promise you straight A's. But I can promise this. If you wake up every day and choose to be someone who shows up, 1 year from now you won't recognize the person you used to be.